Oh. Over the past year, I've been learning to speedrun the Metroid Prime Randomizer, and the Discord community has introduced a new style of racing. Specifically, it's a weekly asynchronous race where every week they'll post a new seed, and people can attempt it on their own. So I figured I'd record my attempt with some commentary and see how it goes. I won't be able to get into too much detail because I'll probably be focused on, going fast. But I'll try to talk about my thought process along the way, and we'll see how this goes. Little bit of an experiment. Um, so without further ado, let's just jump right in. We're gonna hit start on the timer, and go. Now I'm not all that great at this yet. I still have a lot of tricks that I have to learn. I still, need to practice more and more, but I've certainly improved a lot over the past year to the point where I'm ready to show off some of what I've learned. I participated in a couple tournaments, which were a lot of fun. That was the very first trick. You do a little dash there, a little scan dash, in order to get up to this ledge more quickly. And thankfully, we are gifted with early space jump for easier traversal of everything. Let's check what's under this little bridge. Nothing. Cool. That is a Metroid. It is what's placed when there is no item to be randomized there. The reason there are empty slots is because instead of collecting all 12 artifacts, we only need 6 of them. But those artifacts are, of course, all in random locations. So we will get hints to where they are once we're able to access the artifact temple. Ooh, arm went a little wonky there. But we won't be able to get in there without missiles. So right now, we have pretty much exactly one place that we can go to, which is the Chozo Ruins. We're going to get missiles real soon. Missile expansions are by far the most common pickup in the game. So that's basically the equivalent of nothing. But at the start of the game like this, a missile expansion is a lovely thing to have indeed. There's another nothing up on the ledge there. Since we have space jump, we can get this flamethrower. A very, very important item that I will not use during this run. Oh, shoot. Wait, there's one more thing we can get. I totally forgot to peek at that. Alright, that is missiles. I do want to grab that. Alright, just squeeze up onto that ledge. Let's just go. Shouldn't hesitate. Just gotta do it. But that is our missile launcher, which means that is the logical way that we are supposed to get missiles. Every other missile tank in the game will be called a missile expansion. Let's go peek what's up here. That is Spider Ball. Once we get Morph Ball and bombs, we'll be able to come back for that. But that's really good to know. Alright, now let's peek here. I forgot to shoot the hive with a missile. Oh well. Grapple beam, hooray! Let's see if I can do a little peek here. There is a strange little glitch where you can shoot a missile at these mushrooms. I could not tell what that was. You basically only get to see, a weird distorted version of the item for a frame or two. And sometimes that's enough to conclude, oh, that's just a missile expansion, I don't need to come back here. In this case, I'm not quite sure. So, we'll come back later, just to be safe. Okay, couple energy tanks, good to have. We have just been given the grapple beam, which is interesting. I don't think that opens up all that much for us without the Morph Ball. And we saw that there was a nothing on top of that ledge. The other place that I would like to go is the ruined... Is it Ruined Shrine? I forget the name of that room. The room where you get the Morph Ball in vanilla. Because that might have something. This Spider Ball is very tempting. But without Morph Ball, we can't really get a lot. So For now, I'm going to take advantage of another one of Randovania's lovely features and warp to start, which you can do from any save station in the game. It's a lovely time-saving option. Because not only can we get our artifact hints, but there's also an item to collect at the artifact temple. So warping to start seems like a decent routing decision to me. We'll find out if it pays off. Fill up on missiles there. Jumping like this is sometimes called an L jump, where you hold L and then release it after you jump, and it can give you a little burst of speed when you're moving. So I'm trying to bunny hop. Also, this room always takes a very long time to load. Okay. There's other movement optimizations you can do that I haven't quite learned yet, like little dashes here and there. I know that is the case with this room. Okay, just a missile expansion, but let's get some artifact hints. We are going to the furnace in Chozo Ruins. Central dynamo and phase on mines. Okay. Processing center access. Oh boy, it means we're fighting Omega Pirate. Tower of Light. Door tunnel. Storage depot B. I believe that's the... B is the one that has the grapple beam in it normally. Short tunnel, I can't quite remember which one that is, but we'll encounter it. We'll full clear Magmore at some point and get that artifact, no problem. So the PCA artifact means that we're going to need X-ray visor. Normally it's not hard required, but it is hard required if you want to fight Omega Pirate. So we'll need that in order to get into go mode, as the kids call it. Now the downside of warping back here as early as I did is that we still don't have Morphball. So a couple of those checks are still unobtainable. Specifically the one at Frigate Crash Site. But with Grapple Beam, we can go ahead and grab the item at the top of Root Cave, I believe the name of the room is. It is possible to do this just with Space Jump and not Grapple Beam, but it's a whole heck of a lot easier to do once you have the Grapple Beam. Also, normally you need X-ray visor, but you can see these invisible platforms by shooting them with Power Beam, which I think is very funny. Where is this last platform? There you are. What do we have? Ooh, Morphball bombs? Okay. That's very good to know, because that means X-ray visor is probably somewhere around... Probably somewhere easily accessible. Logically, you are expected to have X-ray visor in order to see those invisible platforms, but it's easy enough to do without. Oh, and there's our Morphball. Fantastic. Okay, awesome. So with that, we now want to go back to Chozo Ruins and see what we can clean up there. I might also peek at Frigate Crash Site while we're here, but we can also do that later. Let's take a quick peek at Frigate Crash Site. We have both the Space Jump and the Grapple Beam, so it is extremely in logic. When I say in logic, I'm referring to the decisions that Randovania uses in order to place items. It's always guaranteed that the seed is beatable, that you can collect the items you need to collect, and there is a very detailed database of which items require which other items to get. Or, I suppose I should say which checks require the other items. Another detail is that rolling is almost always faster than walking. So being in Morphball mode is generally a good idea, as long as you can spend the time to actually do the transition. Hey guys, excuse me. Don't mind me, I'm just coming for your treasure. Oh boy, nothing. Okay. Alas. Alright, so now our mission is to go back to Chosen Ruins and use this new Morph Ball and bombs to go get some other stuff. There's a dash in this room. I haven't learned it. I probably should. For speed purposes. Because going fast is always better. Look at that, we've hit the 10-minute mark. So far, so good. I feel like this route has been pretty efficient, especially getting the, especially since that decision to work back to start paid off with the Morph Ball and bombs. Okay, so next we are going to go to this room. Is it Ruined Nursery, maybe? There's so many ruined places. It's hard to keep them all straight. Unfortunately, we can't go to Tower of Light yet. We do know there's an artifact there, so we'll need to come back here. But for now, there are 3 checks in this room that we can grab. That one's just missiles. This one we're going to do the sneaky little stand on the branch technique. That's also just missiles. We can ignore the beetles. Oh. That turned me around in a way I was not expecting. Excuse me, beetles. Just getting in here. Okay, lots of missiles. And we'll come back here later. Once we have Wave Beam for purple. There is an optional little, like, quality of life thing that you can do called Spring Ball, where instead of having to lay down a bomb to do a Morph Ball jump, you can just click up on the control stick. And it is not enabled for these race presets, but I personally enjoy it quite a bit. So I will be missing it. I will write it letters every day. That's just an E-tank. I think we'll be okay. That check takes a bit of time in order to get. Alright, now that we have bombs, we can go get Spider Ball. That's right. Let's do it. A little bit of backtracking never hurt nobody. Okay, we're in here, so we're going to hop up into here, break that, and then there's like a little sneaky thing you can do once you have space jump, which is like that, instead of having to go up and all the way around. Delightful. And while we're here, let's go ahead and check what was in that tunnel that I tried to peek, just in case. And let's be smart and kill the hive before entering, so that the bees aren't bothering us. Okay, energy tank. That explains why I could not tell if it was a missile expansion or not. And that clears out this early Chozo loop. We've gotten all the checks over here, which means it's time to go to mid Chozo for more prizes. Yeah, participated in a couple tournaments in the Metroid Prime Randomizer. It's a lot of fun. If you like this game, would recommend the randomized version of it. We'll come back for the tree. We're gonna have to come back later for Tower of Light anyway, so there is a way you can peek at what's in the tree, but I find it kind of inconsistent, and it's a time's a ticking. Ooh, that's Wave Buster. Okay. Without Varia Suit, we can't go into the hot room over there. Plus, we'd want Wave Beam anyway in order to get the remainder of the checks. Lava Pool, I believe, is the name of it. Or Magma Pool, maybe? It's a pool. Hot one. Now, technically, we do have everything we need to go fight Flagra, but that is a particularly lengthy check. So instead, we are going to come up here and clear out the middle of Chozo Ruins. Starting with Watery Hall. Ooh, and super missiles. Awesome. That will allow us to go back and get that tree in the main plaza. Please ignore the notification sounds. I am going to close that tab out next time we are in an elevator so that it does not keep making fake notification noises. Apologies. Alright, what's in here? And we have spider... Oh, shoot. I should scan this thing. That's important. But yeah, we also have Spider Ball, which means we can get the upper Dynamo check as well. Normally, it's very unlikely that you'll have Spider Ball when you're exploring this room, since... Ooh, Ice Beam! Heck yeah. That is a big find. Okay, that's not. Alright, Ice Beam opens up some parts of Lake Chozo to us. We could do Frigate Crash Site Climb to get there, but there's no need to because we can also just go the normal way. Let's grab this, and then get out of here before the lasers get us. Last thing is that there is an item in here in the yucky water. It's possible to get without gravity suit, but we don't need to. It's just a missile expansion, and we don't need to spend any more time in this water than we absolutely have to. It hurts. It's painful. Okay. Next, on the docket, climbing this room. At the top, there is another check. If you can climb it correctly, that is. What are you? Oh, Ice Spreader, okay. The Ice Spreader is useful pretty much only during the final boss, but that makes it more useful than the Wave Buster and the Flamethrower, so we'll take it. Next order of business is to go and fight the Incinerator Drone, affectionately referred to as Zoid, after, I believe, one of the programmers of Metroid Prime. This is a boss where you just kind of wait around for it to expose its weak point, and then you shoot it in the weak point, and then everyone is happy. Okay. I'm going to pause really quick just for a second. I don't know how to do that. That's very unfortunate. Let's pause that timer. I will be right back. Alright, let's restart the timer. Sorry about that. I got a very important phone call, and sometimes life is slightly more important than video games, unfortunately. If this were in a tournament setting, I probably would not have been allowed to do that. But this is all just for fun, and I'm not going to be first place anyway. So, might as well be kind to myself. Be kind to myself, but not kind to our friend Zoid, who will be shot in the eye exactly 4 times until he blows up. As God intended. Hello. There you are. And nothing. Hooray! Well, it's important to check. After all, it's 2 checks that could have very well been something important. Actually, this way. Because we want to go to the furnace, where not only is there an artifact awaiting us, but also we'll be able to make a small amount of progress using our fancy new ice beam. Not a ton without wave beam, but that's what Frigate Crash Site Climb is for, which perhaps we will do next. Actually, maybe we should have done Frigate Crash Site Climb first, because it's a sort of one-way situation. Normally, you need wave beam in order to disable a force field that is blocking your path further. But if you come through the back, you don't actually need to use the wave beam at all. You can just disable it. So I'm a bit torn. And you know what? I think it's probably the better decision. Let's peek at what's at the top of this room. But if it's nothing, then we go and we save warp back and we check from the other side. But we are in fact running out of checks. Oh, that's our Varia suit. Okay, so we definitely want that. Very glad that I checked, instead of immediately warping back and trying to do the whole thing backwards. There is a weird little jump you can do for this. Not like that. You want to double jump into like a nook here. And then get up there. Wonderful. Excellent. That will let us go to Magmore Caverns. And while we're here, I guess we might as well peek at the other two locations here, even if we won't be able to fully explore it. We can come back later. Do one of these. Or you can miss because it's too dark to see anything. Get super missiled, idiot. All it takes is a super missile and a fully charged power beam shot, and those guys go down real smooth. Next, we are going to hop up here, do that jump that I failed at earlier, in order to activate that. Before we're going to do the rest of this room, let's take a brief detour over to the Crossway through the secret tunnel. That doesn't actually do anything, just sort of gets you through this room in a slightly different way. And it's a missile expansion. No need to do that room. Okay, back to Hall of the Elders. This room. We can get exactly one of the 3 bomb slots here, because we have exactly one of the 3 beams. Not counting power beam, of course. No one ever counts power beam. Or power beam. Okay, just missiles. Worth checking just in case. But now our goal is to GTFO. All the way back to the nearest save station, so that we can go to Magmore Caverns. A fun place for kids. There are 2 good entrances to Magmore Caverns. One of them from Chozo Ruins, which is a bit less convenient to get to. And one of them from Talon Overworld, which is a bit more convenient to get to. So if we backtrack this way, we should get to a save station, and then be able to enter Magmore from that direction. Without Wave Beam, we won't be able to go to the latter portion of Magmore Caverns, but we will be able to get to Phendrana Drifts, which is a large amount of checks. So much fun stuff happening in Phendrana. All very exciting. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's go see what Magmore has to offer. And warp. Oh, I just noticed my little mouse cursor. You can only see it when it's in front of the timer. Hello. Sorry if that was bothering anyone. Okay. So, with Varia's suit in hand, we're going to Magmor. We won't be able to fully clear it without power bombs, but we will be able to do quite a bit of it. That is, as long as I don't mess up the jump. Remember this room? Ah, fond memories. Good times. And we just go down. No need to go back up there. At least not until we have Plasma Beam. There is a fancy out-of-bounds thing you can do up there in order to get into the into that little extra room without plasma. But it's very difficult and a bit risky, because if you mess it up, you might just be soft-locked and you have to restart from the last save point, which I don't want to do. Plus, it's not in logic, so, like, whatever's there, we're not expected to get at this point yet. Sometimes going out of logic is great because it lets you get items more quickly than you otherwise would have. Sometimes it's just not worth it. Alright, what do we got? Is this... okay, missile expansion? I do really enjoy having Grapple Beam when it comes time to visit Magmor because it lets you get through a lot of these rooms much quicker. And also, it's fun. Under there, ah, that is our artifact, which we can't get until we have power bombs. So we'll be back. Skip this room for now. Oh, excuse me. Before we deal with the turrets in there, let's go check the front of Magmor Caverns. There are 3 checks that await us. Any one of which could be something cool. Number 1. That thing. Ooh, that's a power bomb. Okay, great. It's just 1 power bomb. Not our main power bombs, but 1 is all we need. So next, we'll go back and see if we can find that artifact. It would be really nice to get 2 power bombs, because then we could get both of the power bomb checks here in Magmor. Either that or I could grind for ammo, but that's less tempting. Okay, that's nothing. Not even worth the steps it takes to walk over to it. One thing I like very much about the randomizer compared to the base game is that there's much less getting to a place and realizing you don't have the proper item to, like, get the check. Oftentimes you're able to just clear areas through the first time you visit them, and that's very satisfying to me. It also takes a lot less long. You need more fall bombs to get through here, or power bombs. There are some cases where you have power bombs, but not more fall bombs, and you have to use them carefully. Yes! Okay, now we're in business. Now we can kill! Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Not only is Plasma Beam required to beat the game, all 4 beams are, but also, it's a really, really good weapon. It melts enemies, quite literally. So now I am faced with a choice. There are 2 checks here in Magmor that require power bombs to get. One, we know, is an artifact. The other could be anything. Neither of them are in logic. But the artifact is important. Let's go get that. Because odds are the second one is just going to be a missile expansion. There is a way to peek it, but I don't know how to do that, so we're not going to. spend our 1 power bomb to get down here for the Artifact of Life Giver. 1 of 6. The others will have to wait. Or the other check, I mean. Ow. Okay, getting a bit low on health. I would also love a power bomb to refill the old 1 slot that we got. But no worries. It's fine. Now here's a little trick to get to this room without boost ball. Do a little scan dash, or I guess a big scan dash. Alright, and that's nothing, and we don't have a power bomb. So we'll come back later. Or maybe not. I don't know. For now, our best bet is going to be going to Phendrana Drifts. And on the way, let's get the item in this hallway. Okay. Missiles. It do be like that. Most checks are missiles. Alright. So far, so good. We got one of our artifacts. Still no sign of X-ray visor, which is a bit concerning, considering that it should have been required for bombs. I'm not sure which check I'm forgetting about, but I know I'm gonna kick myself once I remember it, considering it must be pretty early on. You don't even need to go in there, you can just scan it through the hole. Oh, there's Wave Beam, and we have Plasma. Wonderful. Wonderful. All 4 beams acquired. We are very well prepared to get most of the checks here. Really, the only thing we're missing is our remaining 2 visors, boost ball, and main power bombs. Oh, speaking of remaining 2 visors, there's one of them. Lovely. We will not find X-ray visor here because you need bombs to get here. And we don't have those. Okay, that's just missiles. Let's get them. Sometimes I hesitate, and that hesitation ends up costing me more time than if I had just gotten the thing in the first place. Okay, excuse me, boys. I should double check where my artifacts are. That's nothing. Oh, and of course I should mention the other item that we do not have yet is Phazon Suit, which could be anywhere. But once you collect all 6 artifacts, you can go fight Ridley, and in the very first room of the Impact Crater, you will have a hint to where your Phazon Suit is. It won't be very specific. It'll just say which one of the major areas of the game that it's in. But that is oftentimes very useful information to have. So typically the strat is like, once you have enough stuff to go get your artifacts, just go get them. And then from there, you can get your hint. I'm trying to think of where this could be. Oh, bombs. Okay, here is my hypothesis. I think Frigate Crash Site Climb will end up being the strat here. In fact, I think I might be wasting my time here at all, because we know X-Ray Visor is not here. But I should double check where my artifacts are, because I can't remember if any of them were in Phendrana. We had Dynamo in Phazon Mines, PCA in Phazon Mines, there was one in Furnace that we got, there was one in Shore Tunnel that we got, And let me just look at the rest of the other two. This is Central Dynamo, Storage Depot B, that's right, DCA, and Tower of Light. Okay. So we can get most of those. The only one we can't get is Omega Pirate, and that one is going to require X-Ray Visor. The thing is, because of Morph Ball Bomb placement, X-Ray Visor definitely cannot be in Phendrana. So let's just leave. Actually, let's save first, just in case. And then let's just leave. We got no artifacts here. We've already gotten 2 very nice items from here, so I'd say that's profit enough. Phendrana, I thank you for your service. Okay, first stop, I am highly suspicious that the expected logic here was to go to... Oh, that doesn't make sense either. So, bombs were required for... Bombs were required for Ice Beam because you needed them to get to the back of... to Dynamo, back in Chosen Ruins. Oh shoot, is it in the tree maybe? How did we get super missiles? Yeah, super missiles were just in Watery Hall Actions. Okay, so this is foolish. It's definitely not here. Because Ice Beam is required to get up in there, and Ice Beam was behind Morph Ball Bombs. Or Power Bombs, but we've seen no sense... No, we have not seen hide nor hair of Power Bombs. I'd be willing to bet they're somewhere in Phazon Mines, but we'll find out. It would be nice to have some more Power Bombs. But one is technically all we need. I don't know. This is dicey. But right now, I think the strat is go get some artifacts, make our way to mines, hopefully find a couple power bomb expansions along the way, although I am doubtful. This is a very interesting example, though, of how the game's logic can let you rule out certain locations for certain items despite not having checked them yet. And being able to get those Morph Ball Bombs originally out of logic was extremely time-savvy. There's our X-Ray Visor. How did he know? Alright, cool. Well, we're officially back in logic now. Because with the X-Ray Visor, we are now expected to be able to go get our Boost Ball... Or not Boost Ball, sorry. Morph Ball Bombs. Excuse me, fellas. I don't need to cause a ruckus, I'm just trying to get to the tower. I'm just on my way to the Tower of Light. Now there is a lovely way to do this room. Ooh, not if you fall there. That was foolish. While we're down here, let's go check the tower chamber. Do a funky little underwater jump there. Underwater slope jump. In fact, most of the underwater movement in this game is still possible without Gravity Suit, just requires some weird slope physics. And is generally much easier with Gravity Suit. So Gravity Suit's still good to find. But hey, look, we're standing on the walls. Okay. Little scan dash to the left, or a combat dash. We're not in scan visor. Another one, and that gets us to the top. No missiles required. Cool. Whoops. That was the wrong side. Okay. Cool. With that, the rest of our entire life is going to be spent in phase-on mines. Unfortunately, we do need more power bombs. There's not much getting around that. So perhaps the strategy is just head in that direction and pray to whatever deity you choose that we encounter power bombs at some point. But there's not a whole lot of reason to do a bunch of random checks and waste time like that. I believe there are 4 power bomb expansions in the game, as well as the main power bomb item. So if we can find like 1 or 2 more of those, that would be awesome. But we're really doing quite well for ourselves with this. Already having all 4 beams, both of our, well, all 3 of our visors if we count the scan visor, and as well as like, okay, you know what? This is not gonna work. We need to trying to think of how best to wrap this without, while only having 1 power bomb ammunition. I still think the best strat is going to be to go through Magmor to lower mines. Let's just hop up here and get that item at the top. If it's power bombs, I will be pleased. If it's power bombs, then this run could have been sped up even more by grabbing them early. Oh, dismissals. Whoops. Let me in. Playing as Morphball is just so fun. Okay, so ideally, we can carefully ration our 1 power bomb slot to be able to get through lower mines, fight the Omega Pirate, do all the things we need to do, collect the 3 remaining artifacts, that is. Then go fight Ridley to get our Phazon Suit hint, and we will be in a good spot for final bosses. The hard part is going to be not running out of power bombs. Also not dying. Oh yeah, I only have 3 energy tanks too. That might be a problem actually, especially if I miss the grapple point like that. So I'm going to generally head towards mines, but also play it slightly safe and get more checks than I otherwise might have. No power bombs. Kingdom for a power bomb. We can't get this check without boost, I believe. The boost ball is also prime target. A Metroid Prime target. Haha. It might also be worth even taking... Oh, Jesus. Come on. Taking a brief detour up to Phendrana. Just for the 1 check in the Thardis. Not actually fighting Thardis, but, you know, the one in his backyard. These new fellas. What is here? Missiles. We can ignore them. Well, yeah, this is not a great spot to be in with this general lack of energy tanks. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna come up here, save. Then, we will take the elevator up to Thardis. Just peek at what's in that room. And if it's nothing, then we can press the reset button and load in back at that save point. Sounds like a plan? Sounds like a plan. This isn't probably the best idea for just one check, but... Oh, I guess there's two checks, because there's also the one behind me. Let's start with this one. I'd also love to find a power bomb somewhere, because we are going to need one of those as well. Perhaps I should have thought this through a little bit more. But for now, we'll see what we can do. Oh, okay. I think that alone makes this trip worth it. Extra health is never unappreciated. Here. Actually, are you a power bomb? No. But thank you for playing. Okay. Additionally, we can peek up here. See what's in the ice chamber. Missiles. Okay. Yeah. About what I expected. Meanwhile, my cat is causing chaos in the background. One of my two cats, whom I love very much. Okay. So this is not ideal. We could farm the pirates for ammo. There might also be something sneaky we can do with the next room, but we are going to need a power bomb to get into mines in the first place. Which is a problem, because I don't have any of those. So here's what we're gonna do. There's a little tiny gap. Oh, did I get him? Was that the right one? Or maybe that was the other one. No, that was the wrong one. Alright, there's a gap on the right side, and when my quarry, my prey... Oh, did we get him? Yeah. There is a dude in here that is guaranteed to drop a power bomb. He's just on the other side of the rubble. Thankfully, we can still do that. Now we could go back out and in if we wanted to get another guaranteed power bomb drop. That's possibly a good idea, but we can also get power bombs fairly easily up ahead. So onward we go. Okay. Welcome to Phazon Mines. I hate it here. Three missiles is plenty to get that guy out of the way. Meanwhile, we can peek at what's over there. Is that a suit? Oh my god. That could be our Phazon suit. That would be huge. Of course, that will require a power bomb, which we just got. Hell yeah. Alright, are you Phazon? No, you're Gravity. Ooh. Can't believe you would fake me out like that. And now, unfortunately, we are going to need to reload this room to try for more power bomb spawns. Let's see, is that enough to get these boxes to respawn? No, it's not. Shoot. I really should have cleared out that one first. Oh, I have made a grave mistake. I have made a terrible, terrible mistake. Well, I think our only option is to leave and come back. And leaving will give us a guaranteed power bomb drop, so at least there's that. But this is certainly not the most efficient route. What I should have done is cleared out that rubble first, and then come back for the suit. But, you know, hindsight being 20/20 and all that. Whew. That was a risky jump. Alright. Yeah, let's pop up there. Just take the loading times. Whatever. What are you gonna do? And then the benefit is that we can go get that guaranteed powerbomb drop. That should keep us in business for a good portion of the rest of the mines. Samus's arm cannon loading in there before the rest of her. Samus is actually completely located inside the arm cannon. The rest of the body is just a robot. This is true Metroid lore. That's definitely real. Okay. We're back. Did you miss me? Let's choose the correct beam, please. And now we go. Boop. Now, in the interest of having one power bomb in our arsenal, let's just try these boxes again. See if they give us prizes. They do! Thank you, boxes. I love you. Great. So not only have we cleared the rubble, but we've also refueled our powerbomb slots. Stock, not slots, whatever. Now we get to fight a big man. There he is. Turns out big men don't like it when you shoot them with a bunch of missiles in the face. Just like me. I too do not like it when I'm shot by a bunch of missiles in the face. Now, before we head down to lower mines, we are going to head up. Because there's an artifact up here. Thankfully, it will not be a very long detour. Also, thankfully, we have Grapple Beam, which is going to make this a lot easier. First, we head up this way. Ow. 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 Then we just look up. Easy. Prizes. Cool. 3 down, 3 to go. No. 2 to go? Where are my artifacts again? 4 down, 2 to go. Yes. Thank you. Good. I had forgotten about Tower of Light. Okay. Still no phase-on suit. Maybe we'll run into it. Maybe we won't. It's very likely not in Chozo Ruins, because we have mostly cleared that area out at this point. With a couple exceptions. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I should have blown you up earlier. But you get to live. And I hope you appreciate that. Oop. Hammer through. What is in here? Missiles. Worthless. Foolish nonsense. And then long wait time. We could just book it through this room. There's nothing in here. Nothing but a bunch of pirates who are going to shoot me in the back while I wait for the door to open. Thank you. And here we have our good friend. Oh, I should also explain, there's a rapid-fire missiles technique that I'm using there, where if you hold up on the C-stick to continually select the power beam, then it'll let you fire missiles a lot faster than you otherwise can. Which is why it's such a good source of damage. Anyway, time to do a maze. Okay, come on. Ow. We're gonna follow the yellow portions and the puddles to get to where we need to go. Finito. Let's go take a save. Just save. We are not very energetic. We have very low amounts of energy, so if I die, I don't want to have to redo all that. Dying in general is bad. Fun fact. Okay, next. Powerbomb that, and then we can get a guaranteed powerbomb drop from these boxes. That was it? Yep. Cool. 1 out of 1. And we are going to disable them with technology. No longer must we fight. Instead, I can scan you to defeat you. Also, no need to fight any of the enemies in this room, because the Metroids are just going to fight the pirates. They are natural enemies. If I was imprisoned in Metroid Quarantine A, I would probably be upset too. Excuse me, boys. Not gonna waste a power bomb if I don't have to. Let's check. Come on. Alright, yep, that's just missiles. And now we get out of here, hopefully? Excuse me. Those guys are always so pushy. And to the bottom level of Phazon Mines we go. Things begin to get a bit spooky down here. And by spooky, I mostly just mean dark. Hard to see. That's nothing. Metroids are canonically weak to ice. So use your ice beam on them. It's good. Ow. Ow. Extremely rude of you. I hope you know that. I'm just gonna wait for this little fella. He's gonna help me out. Oh, a power bomb drop that I don't need because I already have a power bomb. We only need one more anyway. And we need it right now. Hiya! This is a room known as Phazon Mining Tunnel. It is the only room in the game where you are actually required to have Phazon Suit for a check. Which means if there's an artifact here, you need to find your Phazon Suit first. In our case, it's just a missile. So I'm very glad about that. This is a dark room. So we're going to thermal visor it up. We're also not going to worry about platforming and other such trivialities. That's just a missile expansion, so we do a little slope jump up this side here. Up this... Excuse me. Up this side here. Oh, with some help from our Metroid friend. Thank you, sir. And we're done with that. Easy. Through the room with the mysterious invisible bamboos. And now we fight some plasma pirates. And I miss my first shot. And we fight these guys from a distance. Maybe I didn't miss my first shot. Maybe I just didn't light them on fire for some reason. Doesn't really matter. I do really love the burning effect, though, from the plasma beam. Just like some damage over time. You love to see it. I do have grapple beam, so I could use that, or I could do a fancy jump. Woo. Like that. That's just missiles. Let's go take a save, because my health is not very healthy. So far, so good. We've made it all the way to the Omega Pirate with only one power bomb. You love to see it. Excuse me, boys. I don't mean any trouble. I'm just trying to come in and kill your boss. This guy rolls under my attack. Extremely rude. Anyway, let's go fight a boss. Would be a good way to cap things off here. Here in the mines. And he's just going to rotate. He loves to rotate. It's one of his favorite things to do. So as long as we keep rotating to give him something to aim for, a goal to aspire to, he's just going to keep rotating. Because he's such a big fan of rotation. And there we go. That's the first phase out of there. Well, not really a phase so much as an introductory challenge. Say, hey, I bet you can't destroy all my limbs. And then some boys come. Okay. Now, while we're fighting these guys, we're going to want to stay in X-ray visor. Because our friend the Omega Pirate is going to reappear at some point. And when he does, I want to shoot him in the face. Shoot. I messed that up. Should have been a lot faster there. This is going to be a 2-cycle. That is unfortunate. Die, please. Yeah, he's gonna regain his corporeal form before I'm able to fully destroy him, unfortunately. Oh, never mind. Alright, guess it was fine. Did we get 2? No, just 1 energy tank. It just says it twice for some reason. Alright, well, an energy tank is nice, but the real reason we came all this way is upstairs. Yeah, I really thought that the fact that I took a little longer to get that first super missile out was gonna make me take 2 phases instead of 1 to destroy him, but guess it was enough. Awesome. That's our 6th and final artifact, which means we are ready to go fight Meta Ridley. First, we gotta go find him. He's in a very good hiding place. In the same place every time. So, not really a hiding place. But we are done here, so we are just gonna leave. Never to return. Unless Phazon Suit is here. In which case, ever to return. And let's refill on missiles. Saving at the ship refills your ammo. It's quite nice. So, with all likelihood, we are probably going to learn that the Phazon Suit is in Phendrana Drifts, because we have not touched the majority of Phendrana Drifts. But on the off chance that it's in Magmoor, or Talon Overworld, or Choza Ruins, that will help narrow down its locations quite a bit. Which is why this hint is so, so valuable. And here's the big man himself. Hey, buddy. Unfortunately, we don't have Boost Ball. which normally helps you skip a decent portion of this fight. So instead, we're just going to have to shoot him in the chest a bunch of times until he decides to come play. This is a move he does where he just flies around and looks all impressive. You can just kind of hang out. Hey boy. Come die, please. He's so difficult sometimes. Not in a video game difficulty sense, but just like he's uncooperative, I suppose, is the word to use there. About halfway there, give or take. Now we hunker down once more as the flight show commences. Show us some tricks. Good tricks. Ow. I'm honestly kind of impressed he was able to hit me. The odds of that are not large. Don't leave. Oh my god. He's doing it again. You're the worst. Well, this just gives us more time to sit and reflect on the journey we've taken. To be fighting final bosses at only an hour in is pretty decently fast. Of course, it depends a lot on the seed, but like, I feel like this went about as well as it could have. Of course, it would have been nicer to have, like, I don't know, more power bombs or boost ball. But we've got pretty much everything else. Yeah, do your thing. I'm really not worried about my health at this point. That extra E-tank from the Omega Pirate was a lovely bit of insurance. Alright, did that do it? Yeah, it did. Get over here and fight me mano a mano. That's hand to hand, mind you. Samus is a woman. Alright, time to die? Yeah, it is. Or at least time to get shot by a bunch of missiles repeatedly. Cool. Yeah, the dash is what we don't want him to do. The dash is rude. And does not leave much opportunity for counterattack. Unless you're able to do this, like, funky little freehand shot up in the corner. But any other move he does is much better for us. There we go. No problemo. And this brings us to the impact crater, where a very important piece of information awaits us. What do we get? How an overworld? Oh boy. What does that imply? It could have been that frigate crash site climb that they started to do and then turned around from. But this is great news because it means we don't need to go back to Phendrana, which is far away and somewhat hard to get to. Let's take a refill on missiles. And I think the move is going to be frigate crash site climb, cut through Chozo Ruins to get to Life Grove. Oh shoot, no, wait, we don't have Boost Ball. Oh no, Boost Ball might be required. That would be extremely bad. But since we don't have boost ball, I think instead we can do frigate crash site climb as previously stated, but then go through the frigate itself, which we can do fairly easily since we actually got our gravity suit. So first we're going to do ourselves a weird little trick here, if I can actually do it correctly. You want to land on top of this tiny little rock, like that. And then we do an L jump from here into a crevice, and then up. Isn't going backwards fun? Oh my god. Oh my god! It was there the whole time! I came so close. Okay. Jeez, that is very funny in hindsight. We did not need to go through the entirety of Phazon Mines with only one power bomb. That could have saved a lot of time if I had just done the thing. But, oh well. Here we are instead. Now I'm very much hoping that we find Phazon Suit here. Because without Boost Ball, it's going to be very difficult to make our way to Life Grove in the very back. And that's about all we have left in terms of checks in Talon Overworld. If it is in Life Grove, then I could either try an extremely difficult trick that takes up a lot of time and requires frequent resets every time you mess it up, or we can go on a blind hunt for Boost Ball, which is also probably not fruitful. In either case, it's not a good situation to be in, so I'm hoping we don't have to worry about it. Having Gravity Suit makes this way, way, way more tolerable. Okay. Let's do that. I think logically we are expected to use the thermal visor, to figure out where each of these conduits are in order to smack them with the wave beam. But you could also just remember where they are. And it turns out that works just fine. Whoops. Okay, that was weird. There are 2 more checks in the frigate. The turrets can be pretty easily frozen, and then they just sort of stay frozen. Alright, number 2, what do we got? That's an E-tank, which I guess I'll take, but not what I wanted to see. Beep beep. Thank you. Load times in this game can be frustrating on occasion, but it's not that big of a deal. We're just going to ignore our friends here. They can live here now. This is their house. Alright, fingers crossed. Will this be our saving grace? Oops. Wrong side. Do a fancy little underwater bomb jump. No! there is one more last resort. One more check that we can do on the other side of this. But if it's not there, then we have bigger problems on our hands. Oh, shoot. There is another problem on our hands, which is that normally you need boost ball to get through here, huh? Yeah, this is... It's possible to do a reverse bar skip by bomb jumping up through there, but that is not a trick that I've practiced before. So actually, we are a little bit screwed. Meaning, blind boost ball hunt is unfortunately one of our only options. I can also just go up and around to get that one remaining check, which I will do. But in order to warp to start, we're going to need to go to Phase on Mines. And while we're there, we might as well knock out like the first couple checks. Just to see if they're boost ball. And I was not expecting boost ball to be required. It might not be. There's still exactly... There's a 1/3 chance. But I don't like those odds. You know what I'm saying? First up, the top of this room, there is a crane. Oh no, or we could fall off. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's try that again. Take two. Anyway, as I was saying, at the top of this room there is a crane. Turn it on. Don't go into morph ball. That doesn't help. And it's just missiles. Missiles are essentially garbage for us right now. We have enough missiles. We don't need more missiles. At the start of the game, missiles were great to have. Now they're nothing. Now that we found main PBs, we don't have to worry quite as much about using them. And of course, they are dropping like candy still. I'm gonna check one more just ahead before turning around and going home. You can die. Alright, so if we peek through this little window, you can shoot the door, get it to open. It's not boost ball. Great. We're leaving. Oh, this is so sad. So sad. Oh no, I gotta kill all the dudes in here. Okay. That was foolish. Let's kill some dudes, I guess. More dudes must be killed. That's the cutscene to let us know there are dudes that we can kill. And the decree of Samus Aran is that when there are dudes, they must be killed. Only 3 dudes. A below average number of dudes. He's not dead. Now he is. And now we leave. Because the doors have, in fact, been unlocked. Yeah, on the whole, just a rather unfortunate situation. Yeah, I know. Hi, guys. Don't mind me, I'm just passing through. Come up here, and this is our ticket home. Alright. Next course of action. We had no luck with the frigate, but we might as well hope for that 1/3 chance. Because if Phazon Suit is not in the Life Grove... Oh, it's not a... Oh, no, it is a 1/3 chance, because... No, actually, it's a 1 in 4 chance. There are 3 checks over there. Right. This is less than ideal. But I'm willing to try for a 1 in 4 chance to save me a boost ball hunt. So let's go ahead and do that climb again. Not like that. Come on. Please let me stand on the ledge. Oh my god. It's such a slippery little platform. There we go. Oh, but then I mess it up that way. I hate this room. I find this climb very finicky. Maybe I should look where I'm standing. There we go. Oh, and I still miss it. Ah! Think of all the time I could have saved by doing this correctly the first time. Really, I need more practice. Oh my god. Here, and then we do the what? A waffle? There we go. Thank you. I made it look so easy the first time. But anyway, we come up through this way. And this gives us a little shortcut over to Choza Ruins. Which will then give us a little shortcut to the other side of Town Overworld. Not sure exactly how that geometry works, but hey, I'll take it. It makes more sense than Elevator Randomizer. Okay. While we're here, there's one check that's basically on our way, so might as well peek at that as well. What? Come on. Okay, sure, why not? Extra health is never a bad thing. But we are just going to zoop on over this way. Now, my fingers are extremely crossed at the moment, because if we luck out, then we're basically done. If not, then we have to blindly check every other spot in the game until we find Boost Ball. And you can probably tell by the runtime of this video what the answer is. But unfortunately, I can't. I can't even see the runtime of this video. The suspense is killing me. Please? Oh my god! What? That's amazing. Okay, alright. It's not what I asked for, but it is exactly what I needed. That's hilarious. Alright, great. So, no blind hunt for Boost Ball. Despite no Phazon Suit. Love that. Love that. The game has been kind to us this day. Yeah, that's right. You were watching this video, you were thinking, yeah, he's definitely going to find Phazon Suit there. I can tell based on the runtime of the video. You were wrong. You were as wrong as I was. Unless you also played this seed, in which case you probably knew exactly what I was going to get. So, cool. Good for you. And we last location the Phazon suit, which is guaranteed to be right here. Thank you. Hooray! Success! By the way, I probably should have specified this earlier, but yes, Phazon suit is required to beat the game. There is just a hard requirement in the code that in order to beat the game after facing the final boss, you need the Phazon suit. So no getting around that. That's why that hint is so crucial. Alright, and we are just going to leave. We're just going to book it, and then warp to start, and then go finish the game. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Ah, feels good. Feels good seeing that lovely black and red suit. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very glad that I went and checked there instead of deciding to do the blind boost ball hunt. I can't imagine how much time I might have wasted. Alright, back again. Let's go finish this. Shall we? Beep, beep. Thank you. Boost ball is also very nice to have. It's a shame we only got it at the very end, but better late than never. That being said, boost ball is not going to be even remotely useful during the final boss. Actually, okay, it'll be remotely useful. There is one attack that the boss might do that you can use boost ball to break out of. So you know what? Maybe that'll be good. Maybe that'll save us a millisecond or two. I don't know. For now, here we are in the dentist's office. Look at all those big old teeth. Hello. Oh no! That was foolish. Okay. Back up we go. Vision Metroids are the worst. Not only are they no longer weak to ice like their other Metroid counterparts, but also they're just generally hard to kill. The one saving grace is that a power bomb does melt them. So use your power bombs, kids. It's healthy and good for you. Anyway, let's go fight the final boss. Whee! We also have both super missiles and ice spreaders, which is going to help speed things up. But other than that, there's not a lot of variation to this final boss. It is pretty much the same each playthrough, with possible variations on speed and skill and RNG. Switches between being vulnerable to different beams. Super missiles are excellent during the power phase. What's next? Another wave. The Wave Buster is not very effective on this guy. But also the Wave Beam has homing shots, so those generally work pretty well. As long as you time them to be not when he's moving. You can also get him with a little extra shot when he turns around. That is called a turnaround shot. Good name, right? Ice Spreader is awesome. It does so much damage. Not only that, you can also use Ice Spreader on the turnaround shot for even more damage. Oh good, yes, be ice some more. Ah, boost ball. Coming in handy. Get iced. Get iced again. All according to Keikaku. Cool. Get that super missile turnaround shot for even more damage. First plasma phase of the fight. Plasma can do a lot of damage too. Quite nice. Missed the turnaround shot there, that's fine. I spent the longest time thinking these like fancy spherical projectiles up here could only be damaged by the beams, just like the Metroid Prime itself, but no, you can just missile them. I don't even know why they bothered to color code them if you can just missile them. Dang. That laser does make you... It temporarily disables your lock-on. Which is important for the wave beam, since it's how you get your homing shots. Here in the final sub-chamber, Metroid Prime is going to be switching much more rapidly between colors. Ow. Can you stop it with the balls, please? Although the balls are nice because they drop missiles. So extra ammo is certainly nothing to complain about. I would love it if my shots could hit though. Yeah, like that. Oh, you made... Oops, a little too late. But that's okay because ice is nice. If I can use my arm, please. Oh no, it missed! I'm a fool. That's okay. We have enough for one more. There we go. Oh, we have enough for another after that, too. Thank you, missile drops. Oh. Alright, well, we're stuck with only 5 missiles. Each ice spreader shot uses 15, so we're just gonna use it the old-fashioned way. Probably could have played this end of the fight better than I have, especially when it comes to missing all those shots, but what are you gonna do? There we go. Done with the exoskeleton. And now on to Metroid Prime Essence. the final phase. And thanks to those handy visors we picked up earlier, this should be not a problem. Slurp up some health. A little bit as we wait for Metroid Prime to give us a nice little gift. Can I have a present? Thank you. Thank you, it's very kind of you. We go stand in the pool. Oh, where did you go? And this is what's known as a... What is this called? I totally forget what this is called. Full skip? No, full skip is when he doesn't give you a pool. Essentially, we're making him do his animation a bunch of times so that he skips right to the next delicious, juicy pool of Phazon. Because for some reason, Metroid Prime Essence is limited in the number of animations it can do during a given phase of the fight. So if it does enough animations, it decides, you know what, it's time to move on. That did not go as intended, though. Whoopies. Thank you. This is also a nice time to have power bombs. Oh wait, I should just be unloading. I guess this isn't technically enough. Okay. Never mind, I shouldn't just be unloading. I'm a fool. At some point, when Prime Essence gets low enough, you can just, like, dump the rest of your Phazon Beam shots into it to finish the fight as fast as possible. I thought I was at that point, but I wasn't. But now we are. Now we are for sure. So we are coming up on time here. Let's be done with this. There we go. 136.38. Not too shabby. Could have been faster, especially with a lot of the later stuff, but you know, we'll take it. Greater collapse is certainly imminent. We gotta get out of here. But we don't need to watch these cutscenes. We're not in it for the story. We're in it for the love of the game. So yeah, that was the race. Metroid Prime Randomizer. I'm probably gonna do more of these in future weeks. Maybe. Perhaps. Here's where our items were. Fond memories. I think we have 100% at this, with the exception of Wave Buster. Yeah. Not too shabby. Let's get a screenshot of that in-game time at the very end for posterity. Ore Mine's Tentacle. 126. Very cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next mission.